Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's me, Sean John, your Moving Biz CEO. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. For everybody who's new to the channel, come on in, have a seat, learn as much as you can from me. I started my business in 2017 when I was broke, when I was homeless, I had nothing. And so there are some things that I learned about business that I wish I would have known way back then, because I would have saved myself a lot of time, a lot of money, and more importantly, a lot of headaches. So there was a lot of things that I went through whenever I initially started my business, and I had no coaching, no mentorship. I had nobody to tell me how to go about doing this, nobody tell me exactly how to start a business. So I kind of had to learn all these things on my own, and I'm telling you, that's not a pleasant feeling. You don't always want to learn on your own. Now I'm older, wiser, I prefer wisdom. I'd rather learn from your experiences. I'm okay with that, right? I'll just take what you know, applicate it. Yes, I made that up. Applicate it into my business and let my business run like a fine-tuned engine, okay? And so what I do is I just try to give you information, simple, practical information that you can literally take into your business day one. As soon as the video ends, you can start doing it like this in your business today, and it actually helps you to solve a problem. So if you want to get problem solved, this is the right channel. If you need coaching, you need mentorship, I'm here. Link is in the first comment below. So let's jump into it. Now, I initially talked about there are some things about business that whenever I was starting out, I didn't know these things. And, I took a lot of L's in the beginning because I just wasn't familiar with a lot of this. And so now I want to come back, and what I do is I like to just share, hey, here's something you might want to think about. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not telling you to not do this. I'm just telling you, I'm just trying to put some information into your head so that you can make the best decision for you. Does that make sense? Glad it does. All right, so we're going to hop into it, right? So we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about, let's go with red today, right? So we're going to talk about top 5 things, right? Top 5 things that I learned about starting my first business. And these are the crucial mistakes that I made. So top 5 mistakes that I made, and that probably a lot of entrepreneurs make whenever they initially start a business. Because let's face it, we got a great idea, we got the energy, the excitement to do it. We just don't know what to do because we've never done it before. And in a lot of cases, if you got a really good idea, or if you're in a market that's like brand new, there's really nobody to look to. Think about Amazon, think about Facebook. Who do you ask for advice? Nobody's ever done it before, right? So you're fortunate, you're in a market where it's been done before over and over, and companies are worth millions and hundreds of millions of dollars a year being in the market you're in. So even if you get a small share of the market, your company should be making a minimum of $250,000 a year, which is not bad. That's real good living. You make $1 million every 4 years, you can live a good life. So let's jump into it real quick. We're going to talk about 5 things. 5 things. Need to get some markers. 5 things when it comes to starting a business. 5 mistakes that entrepreneurs typically make upfront. And I'm going to go through them really quickly because a lot of them are going to hit home to you. I already know, but it's worth it to watch and finish the video because I think they're going to be helpful. Here we go. Number 1, some of these might shock you, but don't let it shock you. I'll quickly go through it. Number 1, a business plan. What does that mean? I know a lot of people telling you it's a good idea to have a business plan, sit down, think about your business. I'm not telling you don't sit down, think about your business. Don't write down what you want to accomplish, where you want to be in 3 to 5 years. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm also telling you at the same time, don't wreck your brain. Don't spend a lot of time thinking about your business plan, and the things that you don't have answers to, because all you're going to do is think about problems, drum up problems, and you're going to create this mindset to where you cannot move unless the problem is resolved. And that's not how business works. You move and then you resolve the problem as you move, right? You just go. And then there's a book called Ready, Fire, Aim, right? Which I love because it gives you the notion that, hey, just take your shot and you could always rework this thing and try again. And so don't worry about business plans. Don't worry about any of that stuff. The only thing I want you to focus on is go get a new customer. you have no idea how your business is going to pan out. You don't know if it's going to be $1 million business in 2 years. You don't know if it's going to be a $10,000 a year business in 10 years. You don't know if you're going to be out of business in 2 years, right? So all I want you to think about is getting a new customer. Please don't waste a lot of time thinking about your business plan. It's worthless. You're not going to need it. I know what you're saying, but I got to go to the banks and stuff like that, and they need a business plan. That brings me to number 2. When starting a business, hope this market makes it through. Hope you guys can see it. I'll write it pretty big, try to make it out. Number 2, bad debt. What does that mean? There's good debt and there's bad debt in this world. Good debt puts money in your pocket because other people pay it, i.e. you get a rental property and your note is paid by the tenant and you make money after the note is paid. That's good debt. It's worth it to get that debt in order to get that investment because it's an asset, it makes you money. Now, when it comes to starting a business, I always say, do not go get into debt to start a business because it's bad debt. Number 1, you haven't done it, right? So all you're gonna do is put yourself at risk to have to pay back if you fail or if you quit or if you give up. Bad debt, right? Just like a student loan. If you don't get the degree and you don't get the job, you still got to pay back the loan. You don't want to be in that position. That's a tough spot to be in. So I don't recommend going into bad debt. But Sean, I need a truck. No, you don't. They rent trucks. They lease trucks. They have the trucks you need. Well, I need equipment. No, you don't. People rent and lease equipment. Rent the things that you need until your business proves that it's ready to grow and buy your truck. If your business can't buy the truck for you, do not buy the truck. If your business cannot pay for the things it needs, do not buy the things, right? If the business can't buy you 2-3 trucks, then don't go out and buy it. What am I telling you? Don't get bad debt. Let the business tell you when it wants to grow. This is what I teach in my course. This is what I teach to my students, right? By the way, a VIP announcement at the end, so stay tuned. Don't log on. Number 3, I can tell this is going to be the last day with this red marker. We'll probably have to switch it up, guys. I know it's writing kind of bad, so hang tight. And so number 3, and we'll switch it up because it's so important for you to know these things. Number 3, we're gonna switch to the black. There you go. Number 3, right? Public profiles. I know this looks like chicken scratch. I've never, ever been accused of being a good writer or somebody that's legible, but just focus. All right, so number 3, public profiles. I know what you're thinking. Sean, you gotta be listed. I gotta get people to see me. I gotta get these reviews. I got you. But let me let you in on a little secret. You ain't never done this before, right? You may have done it with other companies and whatnot, but you've never been out there carrying the weight of the entire company on your shoulders. So the last thing you want to do is get out here, list a public profile, and then you break something, damage something, one of your guys steals something. How do I know this happens? It happened to me. My company, in the beginning, true story, we were not Jumpin' Jack Movers. We had another name. It was Affordable Movers. And what happened? Early on in the business, one of the guys stole something out of a customer's house. They left a terrible review. We stopped getting calls. Nobody was calling because who's going to call? You have to overlook that bad review. And on Yelp and sites like that, yes, Yelp, I will expose you. They don't take these reviews off. They leverage them against your company and badmouth your company. And they leverage against you to make you pay more money for advertising as if that's going to solve anything. They don't talk to you about customer service or get some type of resolution with that customer. They just want to sell you more space, right? And whether that works for you or not, it's up to you. It just didn't work for me. And the worst part about it is the reviews never come down. So the reviews can be 2, 3, 4 years old, right? If I still had the account, the review would still be up there, beating my company over the head, bashing it. And nobody's going to call because nobody's going to overlook the fact that somebody is stealing out of the customer's house. And so that put us in a really bad spot. I had to change the customers. I had to change our name very early, like 30 days in. And I learned very quickly that when you start a business, please don't go get a public profile. Grind, hustle, be creative, do all those things on the side to get your leads, because if you get a bad review, it's going to stick with you and damage your company's reputation. And it's not fair to you almost because you're just learning how to do it. You're just learning how to potty train. how to go to the potty on your own. And then when you have an accident, the customer doesn't care that you're just learning. They're going to talk about your company and talk about it bad. And so you don't want to be in that position. That's bad. Number 4, and I go through these last 3 real quick because I wanted the video to not take long. But of course, I explained more than I thought I would. Number 4, too cheap. You guys come out. I know you want to get customers. I know you want to get paid. But it's a huge error to be cheap. I want you to not focus so much on price, but to focus on value. Right? So if you have to lower your prices and lessen your prices, then you're selling cost to the customer. Their focus is on how much you charge, and you're training them to focus. In fact, you told them to focus on how much you charge. How did you do that? Well, you didn't sell value. You thought the selling point for your company was going to be the price. It's not. They're not impressed by that. It's value. Cheap customers are just cheap. If you're cheap, they'll call around and find someone who's cheaper. You've experienced it. I've experienced it. I've had customers that are cheap. You have. You've had customers that call around and get your price and then tell you about the other company who's half the price. And they still didn't book with you or the other company because they're that cheap. They're looking for free work. That's why I never teach you to target subprime customers. I never teach you to target cheap people. We don't want cheap people. And so you got to understand, if you're going to be the best isn't cheap. And the cheap isn't the best. And they've got to understand that, right? And number 5, very last point I'll make before I make the announcement. Very last point I'll make is too small. What am I talking about? I'm talking about your thinking. You're thinking too small. You're thinking about having one truck, having one crew. I'm telling you, you've got to think big, because even if you think big, if you go and say, I want to have 10 trucks in the next 3 years, I want to have 10 trucks, 2 offices in the city, one on the east side, one on the west side, a regional manager who manages both. I'll be the CEO, and they'll report to me and run the companies, right? And you're thinking big. And so because you're thinking so big, so massive, you may come back in the 3 years and you actually don't accomplish that, and that's fine. But what do you have? You have 5 trucks, you have 1 regional manager, and you're acting CEO. Get what I'm saying? So as long as you aim big, even if you come up short, you're gonna land in a good spot. If you say, hey, I wanna make $1 million a year in the next 3 years, I want my business to be worth $1 million a year, I say, fine, let's get it. But if you come up short, even if you come up halfway, your business is worth $500,000 a year, you're still in a good position. So aim high, high, high. Get stupid 10x goals so that even if you don't accomplish them, you've done so much better than thinking small. Don't think small, right? Also, a quick note, the VIP is going to be dropping this upcoming Sunday, 6 o'clock. We're going to be doing the VIP. For everybody who's in the masterclass, you're going to get the email invite to the Zoom. Click in, come to the Zoom. You guys know how it works. For everybody who's a student in the masterclass, I'll see you in the VIP. How do you get in the VIP? Just by enrolling in the masterclass, you'll get coaching with me and a bunch of other movers, and we're all just going to share information, help you to grow your business. That's going to be this Sunday, 6 p.m. Get excited about it. The link for the training, and it's on sale, guys. By the way, it's on sale. Please go get the training. The regular price is $697. It's not even close to that right now. Go get it. For everybody who just enrolled over the weekend, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the masterclass. Get excited because I got so much to teach you and to show you about business going into the future, because now we're starting to think about 2024. Remember, I always said in business, you should be 6 months ahead of the calendar. Now we're looking at our businesses in 2024. If you want to join the masterclass, it's absolutely free. Enroll in the course. It's very affordable. Get the course ASAP. If you want the course, drop a 1 in the comments. We'll get the link to you. It's also going to be in the first comment. But anyway, guys, think about this when it comes to your business. And these things are important. If you go out there, one thing that jumps out at me real quick, you go out there, you're too cheap, you're just going to overwork. You go out there, you're thinking too small, your business is not going to scale. You go out there, you're thinking about listing my company on public. You make a mistake, it's going to be damaging to your reputation, right? You go out there, you get in bad debt, and your business doesn't grow the way it should, you got a problem. You go out there, you create a business plan. What does that do? Just mislead you, misguide you, and you don't want to do that. I don't care about a business plan. Just go get a customer. That's what I teach my students. Go get a customer. I don't care about your business plan. Go get a customer, come back in a year, and then we'll write your business plan. Does that make sense? I know it does. I'm Sean John, aka the Moving Biz CEO. I'll see you guys on the next channel. Go out on the next video. Go ahead and screenshot this. Have a wonderful, blessed day. If you want to get a copy of my book, Ready, Set, Wealth, where I teach you about money, once you start making money, what to do with the money to keep money flowing. If you want to do that, go ahead and drop book in the comments, and I or my assistant will respond. Anyway, guys, I got to go. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I got things I got to do today, but I want to spend some time with you. Peace. Have an awesome day. Take care.